As you sit and listen, you might notice the way the light slightly shifts through the room, or perhaps the subtle sounds that thread through your awareness. And it's interesting how you can just let yourself relax just a little bit more. And as you become aware of the feelings of your shoulders, the rhythm of your breathing, and just being here now, you can just allow your thoughts to simply drift inwards for a while, knowing you've chosen this time to care for yourself in a space where nothing needs fixing and everything is allowed to rest. And just imagine, if you will, the gentle unfolding of a fern in spring. Each leaf uncurls, not all at once, but in a quiet sequence, as if guided by something deep within the earth. And as you notice the rhythm of your breathing, you may find yourself sinking comfortably into that same rhythm. Each breath in, allowing your awareness to open a little more, and each breath out, just encouraging old tensions to soften. And that fern never rushes. It simply follows an instinct older than memory. And perhaps there's something satisfying about feeling supported by this patient, natural unfolding here in your own unique way. And you know, sometimes people wonder about instincts, wondering if they're reliable or if it's just wishful thinking. And yet, like the fern, there's a quiet wisdom that only uncurls when the time and the conditions are just right. Not forced, not doubted, just allowed. And you may recall a moment when you didn't have to analyze. You simply knew to cross a street a little sooner, or noticed a hesitation that became a blessing in disguise. This is the part of you that recognizes subtle signals, unspoken yet familiar, woven into everyday life. And what would it be like to imagine that underneath all those busy thoughts, a gentle guide knows just when to move forwards, when to pause, when to reach for light. Sometimes doubts are like clouds that pass in front of the sun, but the light behind is always there, quietly shining. And you may begin to sense the difference between passing thoughts and a persistent, quiet knowing. Just like the seasoned gardener who knows when a plant is ready to bloom. And maybe in your past, in your own story, you've already trusted a hunch, even if it only made sense later. And as you notice now the simple miracle of your heartbeat, the rhythm that never asks for your permission, but keeps you alive. You can allow trust in your instinct to blossom slowly, not demanding certainty, only inviting curiosity each time you pause before deciding. And it's comforting to realize that instinct is not the loud shout, but the gentle nudge, a feeling of, yes, this is right for now. And sometimes it helps to ask, what would happen if I gave myself the benefit of the doubt? Or how would it feel to act as if I already possessed wisdom inside? And you may notice over time confidence growing quietly beneath the surface, much like roots you can't see but know are there by the flourishing green above. And as that fern continues unfolding, you can imagine that parts of you responsible for caution and for inspiration can whisper to each other, reaching a gentle balance. It's not about being impulsive or overthinking, but letting your truest sense guide simple moments, choosing what to say, when to wait, where to go, and what to reach for. And even now, some part of you begins to connect with that inner guide, finding that in many ordinary moments ahead, there's a small surge of knowing that may quietly encourage the next step. And in a little while, you return to the world outside this gentle story. You may notice the weight of your body in the chair, the texture of the air on your skin, the subtle sounds nearby, and the way your breathing feels. As you bring your attention back to the here and now, you might appreciate how even the smallest step towards trusting yourself can create ripples that carry far. And when you're ready, with a gentle ease, stretch, noticing the color and the room around you, and you can return fully awake and refreshed, carrying forward what feels helpful. And in the days ahead, you might find yourself responding to life with a little more trust in your instincts, pausing to check in before reacting, noticing small cues with greater ease, feeling quietly supported by that deeper part of you in ways both expected and surprising. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. You took a step on your path towards honoring yourself. And if you found this session helpful, you can return to it whenever you like. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.